We're talking Mikel Arteta now. You've had your opportunity. Mikel Arteta, the comments at the weekend from a Catalan website and newspaper saying, oh, he's going to be the next Barcelona manager. He then has his press conference and he says, whoa, steady on here. That didn't like what I heard here. I'm not happy at this. Janusz, what do you make of his comments? Do you believe him? And was that just naughty from the Catalan newspaper?
Of course it is. I mean, first of all, why would Arteta go? Arsenal are a better club than Barcelona. There's just no reason for him to go. I mean, because sometimes I'm even tired of saying, the idea of, if Barca calls and Real Madrid call, but it depends what state they're in. And we know that Barca are in, and this is an unfinished project, right? We're just talking, if you want to be considered one of the best in the Premier League or in England, which I believe Arteta wants, he just started this project, right? I mean, he hasn't really won anything with them. I think he's FA Cup, okay, but when you consider the clubs, the Fergusons and everybody else, he didn't come to Arsenal to win the FA Cup. He came there to win the Premier League first and foremost, and probably Champions League as well. And now he's still, I believe, maybe in the middle of this project right now. And given the turmoil at Barcelona, I don't see a reason why he would even think about that. He's got a good relationship with the boardroom. He's got an owner who doesn't, come in between there. He's got Edu, who's 100% behind him. He's got fans that love the job that he's done. He's got a very young team that he's just building. So to me, I just don't see any advantages for still a young manager at the moment to even consider going there. And by the way, if he does half of the things that I've said at Arsenal, I think that Barca deal will still come around for him if that's where he wants to go.
One of the most important things when you ask questions is to listen to what you've just been told. You started that off by saying Arsenal is a bigger job than Barcelona.
No, I said that Arsenal is a better club than Barcelona. Better
club. What's the bigger job right now?
Well, of course, it seems that Barcelona is a bigger job. But again, I mean, I think managers like Arteta, like Klopp, like some of the ones I mentioned, those are, I don't want to call them lifers, but they want to stay. They want to prove how good they are. And for him to leave Arsenal at this moment with the amount of power that he has, with the amount of success that he's actually had after obviously a turbulent couple of seasons, it would have been a job that's not finished. And again, I mean, I don't want to take anything because I love the FA Cup, but I mean, he still has to prove that he's a big time winner. And I think he wants to do that. I do think that he wants to be considered amongst the likes of Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, right? And I think so far, he's doing a very, very good job. Look where they're still in a hunt for the Premier League, regardless if you think they're going to win it or not. Back in the Champions League, winning the group. So you never know how that's going to go. And he's continued to build on this club. As I said, he's got a lot of power in this club. Think about that, Arsenal. A lot of power. An owner that's here in the United States that pays attention, but not really. Edu above him. They're on the same page right now. If he goes to Barcelona, he's going to be like Xavi. He's going to have zero power.
There's obviously a pool of Barcelona, but the pool of winning the Premier League, Ryan, with Arsenal for Mikel Arteta, he knows that as of next season, he'll not have Jurgen Klopp to go up against. He's still Pep to go up against. So the fact that if he can get the better of Pep one season, is that something you would expect him to stay at Arsenal until he's able to do it, or until he thinks I can't do it anymore? Or does Barcelona, maybe not now, but in the future, still tug at the heartstrings?
I know we talk about Barcelona having this huge appeal, but when was the last time Barcelona hired the hot premier manager that everyone wanted? Even going back to Pep, no one really knew who Pep was when they started with him, right? And all the coaches since, it wasn't like they had their sort of pick of the litter with coaches. So I think, in some ways we can maybe oversell the Barcelona job from the outside, because when you're a coach, it's like Janusz said, right? Like the player that would have the most leeway possible with Barcelona is probably Xavi, of all people. If any coach that would have the biggest margin for error at Barcelona would be Xavi. And it's not that he's being run out of town, but people are not happy with Xavi, and he's going to be leaving after his second full season, right? And Mikel Arteta will not have that level of support. Like, what part of the story with Mikel Arteta at Arsenal is the first 2 years were not good. Like, Arsenal were not a good team. They were underperforming a team with Arsenal's resources for the first 2 years. Third year, they almost qualified with the Champions League. If Arteta has that same experience at Barcelona, he's not lasting for 2.5 years. So I think the bigger thing is like kind of the complete dysfunction at Barcelona. While at Arsenal, you have one of the youngest teams in the league. You're almost as good as Liverpool and City. I think the difference in the table is mostly the bounce of the ball rather than like any deficiencies within Arsenal's squad. And like you said, Klopp is leaving, so potentially that weakens Liverpool a bit. We don't know what's going to happen with City with all of the charges against them. We don't know how long Pep's going to be there. So to me, like, Arsenal, the Premier League is the most popular league in the world. Arsenal are like right there with a chance to win it. I don't really think there are many better jobs in the world right now than the job that Arteta has.